Whitehaven has a number of businesses across the Gunnedah Basin. We have our newer, larger open cut operations, including the Maules Creek mine and the Narrabri underground mine, but also a collection of smaller open cut operations, including Tarrawonga, Rockglen, Werris Creek and Sunnyside mine. Our product is put on trains and sent down to Newcastle, and it's exported out of Newcastle to our predominantly Asian customers. We plan for what will be involved in final closure right back at the beginning, and we do set aside both the financial and the resourcing commitments for that along the way.
When the mine finishes up, some of the machinery will be redeployed specifically to finish off the rehabilitation. Some dirt to be shifted around, create the right batters, get it contoured up, topsoiled, get the seeds in, get the trees planted and get the weather to work with us. Prior to the mine starting, there was community consultation. It was decided that this site would finish up with some pasture land as well as some woodlands and native grasses. Whitehaven's investment is significant, and I'm proud to be part of this project.
We've built a dedicated team who take care of rehabilitation and our biodiversity offsets, both at our mine sites and in our central office here, and we work towards those final outcomes throughout the entire life of the mine.
The rehab project at Werris Creek has been underway since 2005, when the open cut first started. What we're seeing behind us is the area is box gum woodland, and it was planted in 2008, and as you can see it's doing fairly well for the climate it's grown in. These stag trees are to accelerate the recolonisation of the fauna to the mine site. So far we've rehabilitated in excess of 150 hectares. This is one of 6,000 trees planted across the last 12 months as a part of our rehabilitation of the mining area, and as you can see the tree is quite healthy and thriving.
The final land uses that we're working towards around here are a mix of agricultural land. The majority of our land is set aside for biodiversity offsets.
Ultimately, the outcome is to improve the restoration, the ecology of the natural environment in this area. We take our lead from the environment, so we're just trying to replicate what the environment has naturally achieved before human intervention, and we're taking that as our cue to help us replant and ultimately restore the biodiversity in those areas. This scale of ecological restoration of our offsets is rarely undertaken in New South Wales. Nearly 150,000 trees have gone across 1,900 hectares.
So the Vickery project is an exciting part of our future. The Vickery mine itself has been mined in the past. There has been mining in this region for many decades, and it's part of our long-term future and commitment to this district. The Vickery mine is currently approved on a smaller scale, but we're working through the process at the moment where we've completed all of the studies to seek approval for a larger scale mine for the Vickery project, and that will continue for many decades to come. Each of our mines has a community consultative committee in place, and we have worked through them to keep them up to date with what's going on with the mines and have a forum where they can raise any community concerns or spread information back to the community. Whitehaven's been operating in this basin since 1999. Obviously there has been mining in this district for a long time before that, and we have, as part of our portfolio, some of those legacy operations even far back as the late 1800s. But our current operations, we work across the full region from Narrabri down through Boggabri, Gunnedah out to our operation in the Werris Creek operation. The majority of our people live locally in each of those towns. Over the last 5 years, we've contributed over $1 billion to this region, and there has been a lot of other benefits that have flowed on from that. For example, infrastructure development, bringing doctors to town and so on. Where we will continue to strive is responding to the changing community expectations and seeing where we can contribute to those changes. For example, a couple of years ago there was an identified need for an Indigenous employment program, and that's an area that we're able to contribute with.
I've worked for a lot of companies over the time, and not just saying that because I'm here. They're good people to work for, but also the commitment that they're giving here into Aboriginal employment has been really good.
We also work with local suppliers and businesses, and we have been actively involved in developing some Aboriginal corporations that work with us specifically in the biodiversity offset works. We're striving to find the best possible balance between capitalising on all the benefits that come along with mining in regional and remote towns and minimising any impacts that we might have.